as promised, I'm doing one of your homework problems for you that only leaves you 3. We're going to do number 3. So our first step is making sure that the quadratic equation is in standard form, and it is. And then we're going to identify our A, our B, and our C. And so remember, A is the coefficient on the x squared. If we don't see it, it's a 1. B is the coefficient on our x term, so -2. And C is the constant, no variable term, and that's -3. So A, B, and C. Our y-intercept, remember, is the constant, so our y-intercept is -3. Now, we need our vertex and we need our axis of symmetry, but remember we have to find the axis of symmetry before the vertex. So we're going to use our formula here. X equals the opposite of B divided by 2 times A. So our axis of symmetry, X equals, this is one of the ones I was talking about, the opposite of B, so it's negative, and then in parentheses -2. So it's the opposite of -2 divided by 2 times A, and A is 1 in this equation. So the opposite of -2 is +2 divided by 2, so our axis of symmetry is X equals 1. Remember, it's got to be an equation. Okay, so X equals 1. We need to tell them it's the maximum or a minimum. If it's a maximum, remember this, the coefficient is negative, it opens down. If this coefficient is positive, then we have a minimum, so we know that it's a minimum. We don't know what it is yet, because the minimum is the y-coordinate of the vertex. So we're going to find the vertex. It's an ordered pair, and we talked multiple times today, the x-coordinate of the vertex is the axis of symmetry value. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. To find the y value of the vertex, we plug this number in the original equation. So the original equation, y equals 1 squared, so instead of x squared it's 1 squared, minus 2 times 1 minus 3. So y equals 1 minus 2 minus 3. And so now we know the y-coordinate of the vertex is -4. So -4. Okay. So now we know that our minimum is this y value here. It's a -4. And I'm going to show that to you once we graph it as well. So the vertex is -4, the y-intercept is -3. So in our steps, about this point, we're going to start plotting. So we're going to plot the y-intercept at -3. We're going to plot the vertex, 1, -4. We're going to sketch our axis of symmetry. It's on a vertical line through 1 on the x-axis. Remember, it's also a vertical line through the vertex, so if you've already got the vertex, that would be it. And now this is where we're going to mirror a point. The easy way to find a point. Let me make this a little bit bigger. That's my vertex. So we can mirror this point about the axis of symmetry. So if this is 1 to the left, we can plot a point 1 to the right, because we know the left side and the right side are identical. So we need 5 points. We have 3. You can see also it's a minimum. You can see the shape of the parabola is kind of beginning to firm up. So we're just going to open like that, and that is going to be our lowest point there at -4. So that's how we know that's our minimum, and it's always the y-coordinate of the vertex. So I think I'm going to do, let's do 3, because we know our parabola is going to kind of go like this, so let's plug in 3 for x and see what we get. So 3 on our equation is x squared minus 2x minus 3. Actually, let's do it this way. Y equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. So the y value when x is 3, so we know order pair is going to be 3 something. 3 squared minus 2 times 3 minus 3, so y equals 9 minus 6 minus 3. So actually our y coordinate for this order pair is 0. So now we're going to plot that point. Start here and go right 3 and up none. And now we need 5 points. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 points. We can mirror this other point. We don't have to put anything else in the table because the vertex is not on the y-axis, right? So this point is 2 to the right of the axis of symmetry. So we can go 2 to the left, and we've kept our parabola symmetrical. And now the last step is just to sketch the parabola. I'm not really good at that on this board, but you kind of get the gist there. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.